Hey, Carl.
Hey,
What's going on?
word to the mothership. Cheers. I'm drinking a beer. Beer is good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you drink responsibly, friends and neighbors, beer is good.
So you finished a painting, and you wanted to show it to us, correct?
Snap.
Wow.
Is wow good?
It's
Or is it hideous?
no, it's very different. It's very abstract. What do you call it?
Summer.
Okay. Can you explain that to us? Why is it summer?
The colors, the yellows and reds, the sunsets of summer, the blues and greens for the water, and then, some browns for the sand, and so on.
So this is much different than some of your impressionist work.
Yes.
I've noticed that you've moved into the abstract a bit. Can you explain why?
Oh, I've been enjoying, like a loose type of flow, a raw flow, and what's occurring in my moods are some abstracts. So.
For those of us who really don't know a lot about art, can you explain what abstract is?
Representational, mysterious, raw.
When you say representational, can you explain that to me? For example, this piece that you've called Summer, why is it representational?
Well, because, for instance, it's not a clear painting of say, a beach in summer, or for instance, a summer sunset.
So it's what's on the canvas represents your idea of what
Right.
summer is at the time. Is that
Right.
well? Would it be safe to say then that different viewers could see different things? Maybe to me, I think this is happiness.
Oh yes, yes, and that's one wonderful thing with abstract work. Is it can depend upon the viewer how their brain wants to conceive it. So yeah.
Have you done other abstracts?
Yes, I have some in the studio now, which
I believe you promised to show us one that we've never seen before.
Okay, yes, this one.
Right here?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That is different. What's the name of this one?
Existence in an Unfathomable Universe.
Okay. Can you tell me about it?
Yes, this talks of society in terms of me using this childlike figure, approaching this creature or entity or what have you, and then so this person within society, their challenge is to decide whether they're going to take the door here or keep on and face this entity, which is representing challenges within society, or it could represent someone's life. It doesn't have to be society. Someone's life, someone's struggle, someone's dream, all that scope.
So is the figure
existence.
sinister?
If the person, if the person, if that's how they perceive their challenge, then yes, it may be sinister. And so a person may either face that challenge, or allow their fear to overtake them, and they'll take the door and they'll escape.
But we don't know what's behind the door.
No, so the door in itself also is another challenge, right? And that would be the mystery, and a lot of people also fear mystery.
It's funny because what I see,
The unknown.
I mean, I can see that the entity in the purple could be a sinister blob, but it also could be a kindly grandmother
Yes.
that's kneeling and welcoming the child.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
Thanks. Thanks.
How did you come up with that?
This piece was extremely raw flow in terms of not to sound silly, but it really was where I'm kind of just letting the paint take over, you know, so to speak, and this is what came out.
So when you say raw flow, that's what you mean. You just kind of paint and whatever happens, happens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to show us?
Sure. How about this one here?
Okay.
This is another abstract,
Oh, neat.
but it does contain a figure, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
A woman, and she's a ballerina. And, you know, so this could be the ballerina pole going through here. Or she could be immersed in water. So this piece is very open for interpretation by the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
And or even myself.
Interesting. What's
Yes.
this one over here?
This is called Family in a New Dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Very rough style, as you can see. Very rough. And very open to interpretation. Except I can actually explain the family. So these, we'll call them blobs.
Okay.
Because blob is a great word here. So these blobs represent a family.
Are they the adults' blobs over there that you're pointing to?
Well, here we have, yes, here we have, like, say a father, and here's the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And here are the two children.
Mm-hmm.
And the one in the middle would be like a baby.
Okay.
Okay? Because the blue in this feels like a baby to me. So these blobs, they're so abstract that they're not really all about the size, you know, of the figures per se.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is actually kind of like a vortex down here.
Mm-hmm. Not a lollipop?
No, it is not a lollipop, even though it does look like a lollipop. Although, you know what, if someone says, hey, that's a groovy painting because that looks like a lollipop, I'm like, hey, that's cool. You know, because this is very abstract. It's very loose. It's very open for interpretation, which is fun. I mean, art should have a fun element, I think.
When I look at that piece, the two that you call the mother and father blobs, they almost look like, to me, they're sitting at a desk in judgment of the so-called younger blobs.
Yes, I can see that as well.
Okay, what else have we got?
We have this one here.
Oh, yes, I quite like this one.
Thanks.
Switch places.
Let me go around here.
Okay.
Okay. So this one is entitled Inner Hall with Lady in Flowers.
And table. Lady table and flowers.
Yeah. Sorry, Lady Table in Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And this one speaks of, you know, this woman waiting for her husband to come home. And she's anxious. She's feeling anxious. She's worried.
Because she knows that he's not coming home, and she knows where he's at, doesn't she?
She's worried that he's up to something. That he's up to something maybe he shouldn't be up to.
Yeah, there's a haunting sadness about that piece that I quite like.
Thanks. So yeah, I actually am. I'm very proud of this painting, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even sure why really, but I think there's something about it that's valuable.
And then we have another one over here.
Yes. This one I'm very pleased with as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe I've seen this one before, Facing the Unknown, correct?
Yes, it's called Facing the Unknown, that's
Mhm.
right. And this is a similar message to the other one we talked about, that has the entity or creature. And yeah, so we have, you know, element of faith here, obviously. You have the various windows or doors, which indicate different choices in someone's life. And then, of course, you know, when speaking of the title, Facing the Unknown, this of course is indicating the unknown down here. So you have this creature again, who could be a sinister creature or not.
Or she could be a chubby grandmother holding a hat.
Right. Yeah. The hat being
Yes.
over here. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I feel it's an interesting piece. Of course, it's the type of piece where, you know, certain types of people may not, you know, really want to hear about it, perhaps, but some people would. So we're talking about it, you know.
Well, speaking of certain types of people.
Well, people who just like certain types of art,
No, I understand.
perhaps, you know, wouldn't be that interested in this piece.
Right, and I've heard people say that abstract art isn't for everybody, but do you think that anybody can learn to appreciate abstract art?
No.
How come?
We all have a different brain. We all have our own brain. And there are all kinds of different sorts of brains out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the way the world is.
So will you continue to do abstract pieces?
I actually don't know.
You don't know.
It's hard to say with me what's going to happen.
It just depends on the flow, does it?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy painting them?
Yes. Not all the time, though.
Not all the time.
No.
Just so, is it when the mood strikes you, or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for showing us your abstract pieces.
No problem.
Okay.